The time you see this, prom would have ended. For me, it's at the start, not too long anyway. And I'm just going to say a few words that hopefully bring some things to mind. And I just think back over the last so many years, all the different things that have happened. Like, just think about it. First few years, you're a baby, but you move into things, you go to nursery. Then after that, you jump up to primary school, you start to learn the basics of, you could say, life, in a sense. Our civilization. And then you move up again, and in the end, you end up in secondary school. Well, depending on where you are in the world, it's normally something along the lines of high school. And that's when things get slightly more complicated. There's so many different options, so many different things going on. But in that time, you come across so many things. You have your first girlfriend. You have your first everything, really. But in nursery, you come across your first friend. Most of the time, unless you have certain relations before. You go into primary school. And in some ways you start to truly understand yourself. You start to understand whether you're more of a cruel person, maybe you're more of a hopeful person or something else. But you start to really come out a bit. Secondary school is more of a shy stage at first, but you build into it. You start having proper relationships, or some people do. And then you move up in the world, you could say, in a sense, through secondary school. Your options are cut down a bit more. Not amazingly, but they're still cut down a little bit. And sometimes other options open up. Maybe something like engineering or something. And it's all to look towards college when you only have 3 or 4 options, necessarily. Unless you do stuff outside of it. But in this time, so much can happen. You can meet new people, you can lose people, you can find new hobbies, you can lose hobbies because of time constraints. It can be loads of different things. And it's funny reminiscing today, right now. After all the things I've been through, I was the head of my school at one point. Apparently, at some point, I was a powerful speaker. Don't know how true that is, but yeah. Apparently I was a powerful speaker at one point. I mean, I tried starting a show at some point. Thinking back. Had thoughts about, imagine having your own country or state or something. Imagine that. Ideas or religion. Putting out my own beliefs in my own kind of way. Actually trying to start my own religion in a way as well. But in a way of not disturbing any other peace, of course. And for a while I had some followers. And it went well. These followers, they weren't, the more I went on, the more I recognised they weren't true to themselves or the faith. And that made things go different paths, which then made it collapse. Which, things happen for a reason, they always do. I love the idea if I had my own country or something, but on top of that, I do want to have my own life, my own route. Maybe a wife in the future, a family. But more importantly, there's a few things I would want for the future. First of all, people I love to be happy and safe whatever happens, which is likely to happen. Next thing is to stay straight in the world, to keep on moving forward, and for whatever happens for myself and the people around me, for them to always stay on track and for the best to come to them. And the last thing is, when you lose hope, to just give yourself some time, move forward, regain your own trust. and maybe, depending on the circumstances, gain someone else's trust. And that's what I have for the future, because without those things you can't do anything. And the main things you got to remember is, well, a couple of things you stand by is, if you can't help yourself, how can you help anyone else? But not just that. This one's a truthful one. Anything's possible. Some people say it won't be, but if you truly put your mind to something and you keep on going, it will be. And that's true.